So hello everyone, welcome to our latest episode of the Land-Sea Roundtable. Today we will focusing on how the Chengdu-Chongqing urban agglomeration supports the development of the fourth pole of China's green economy. Many people know that China has three city groups as economic growth poles, and those are the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region, the Yangtze River Delta, and the Guangdong-Hong Kong-Macao Greater Bay Area. With the fourth pole of the Chengdu-Chongqing economic circle, China will see a balanced and coordinated regional development, relying on the shared resources and green transformation of Chengdu and Chongqing. So we are more than excited and honored to bring our three experts in different industry sectors to our audience today, and they have all contributed to China's green development path in their respective fields. Without further ado, let's invite them to do a short introduction. Let's start with Mr. Mao.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Harold Mao. I am adjunct professor in UBC and working on CCUS technology for many years.
Thanks for having me here. Hi everyone, I'm Gavin from Cushman & Wakefield. We are a global consulting and professional service firm.
Hello everyone, good morning. I'm Zhang Ning. I work for Southwest Aluminium Group Corporation Limited. I'm the General Manager of Import and Export Division.
Thank you all. That's definitely a good start of this whole discussion. So as we all know that China is a pioneer of green development worldwide and has made a lot of achievements. It strives to peak carbon dioxide emissions before 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality before 2060. I would like to get a little bit deeper on the tech side because we just talked about the carbon capture conversion technology. So for this kind of painting technology, Dr. Mao, how this technology can contribute to the green development of the Chengdu-Chongqing economic circle and relying on characteristic industries, policies, and resources in both regions?
Great questions. So for China, as everybody knows, we have less oil and gas. Coal-fired power plant in China was the major, probably around about 60-70% of energy supply. To my knowledge, in Sichuan and Chongqing, there is almost 100 coal-fired power plants. Every power plant will produce more than 2 million tons of CO2. So this is very important for Sichuan Chongqing economic. But in the meantime, the CO2 emission is another disadvantage for this. That's the reason Ministry of Technology would like to have Chongqing, Sichuan here in carbon emission control technology. Currently, there is many technology which are able to reduce carbon. However, it's not the green technology because all those technology, its operating cost is very high and it's not sustainable. What means sustainable? That means operating cost has to be controllable, even profitable if possible. Second, the technology is not only able to control CO2, also it has to be green, has to be carbon negative. So when you capture the CO2, you need to make a CO2 into carbon negative industrial chemicals, which chemical not only going to profit China industry, also will produce some profit which are able to allow the carbon capture system to be sustainable.
That's definitely a comprehensive scope of answer. Dr. Mao just helped us to answer it. And I'm glad that you mentioned about the coal plants and it's kind of like changing our revolutionary ideas about how we can live with carbon, kind of like transfer this carbon emissions into useful substances that we can live with them and we can utilize them in a more effective way.
Exactly. Through this, our ultimate goal down here, using this technology to balancing CO2 emission on the earth.
So I wonder that how this kind of like pioneering of technology application in Chengdu-Chongqing can bring benefits to the globe.
So Sichuan already imported this demo technology, membrane technology, to do the trial test on this. So this is China trying to absorb the foreign international technology to this area. We are currently working on a demo project in Guangdong, Chongqing. So if we get this demo project to show not only China, we can show internationally, saying Chongqing already able to have this new advanced technology on carbon capture, show Chongqing on carbon technology, to lead the country and leading the international society. Also, this technology, as mentioned, will bring economic profit to the industry in this region.
Thank you. And do you think that can also, by using this type of technology, kind of like influence on other Western provinces, like such as Gansu province or Yunnan province?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because in the Western, I think there was lots of resource of coal. If they can control or balance or neutrality of the CO2 emission, they're definitely going to able to extend the power plant life, reduce the energy costs overall to the industry. And the other provinces definitely, is the going to benefit from this. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Mao. So it just kind of like reminds me that how this type of technology can be applied to different industries and different fields. So I wondered that for Gavin. So I guess that you, after hearing about what Dr. Mao just said, so I wonder if this kind of technology can be applied to real estate industry, as we see that it's definitely a great potential for like green development in this area.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for Dr. Mao's sharing of the latest technologies. And I'm using one figures from the US GBC. Actually, China is ranked #1 in the world for 7 consecutive years with new green buildings out of US. So we can see that there's a lot of new green buildings in China. This is the first one. The second one is to use new building materials. Yeah, low carbon emission, like materials,
no energy cost.
design, something like that. So that's one thing very important. And also new construction technologies, for example, like the prefabricated module design. Because if you do all the construction in a factory, like a Lego blocks. So we use all that prefabricated Lego blocks and then to assemble it on site. Will save at least 50 to 70% cost and time. If you can save cost and time, then you save energy and with lower carbon emission. The third one is the green finance in China, because in future there will be a lot of new construction and also refurbishment of the existing buildings. So it involves a lot of investment in green buildings and refurbishments. So green finance is also a very important part to become the carbon neutral society in future.
I'm glad that you mentioned about those 3 aspects. And I also wonder that does any of one aspect has already applied into Chengdu-Chongqing area, or if there's any like great examples you can show to us?
There are some characteristics in green financing in China. The first one is that more than half are issued by non-financial companies. And the major players are state-owned enterprises. Yeah, that's the situation now in China. And the third is actually the green bond used is more in the renewable energy, the low carbon transportation, and for example, like the low carbon buildings. What was pioneered in Chengdu-Chongqing, I can mention two of them. One is in 2021 in Chengdu, a green CMBS, commercial mortgage-based security, which is a CITIC Securities Chengdu China Overseas International Center Green Asset Backed Special Program, was issued with with the first carbon neutrality assessment certification. So this is the first green bond with green CMBS in Western China and also in China. And the second one is in Chongqing, also in 2021. The first bond issued to Chongqing Rail Transit, which is the first clean transportation bond in China. So because of the policy is supporting the growth of the Chengdu-Chongqing economic zone. So actually we have promoting or we are creating some innovative green products or green finance product in our region.